Everyone knows Remus Lupin as the kind, intelligent and tragic defense against the dark arts professor. Lupin was bitten as a young child by the savage werewolf Fenrir Greyback, as revenge against Lupin's father, Lyle Lupin, who had insulted werewolves. This trauma shaped Lupin's entire life. From age 5, he lived in isolation, transforming under the full moon with no wolfsbane potion to help. When Remus turned 11, no other magical school would accept him until Dumbledore intervened. He arranged for Lupin to attend Hogwarts in secret, having the Shrieking Shack built in Hogsmeade so Remus could transform safely. The Whomping Willow was planted to guard the secret passageway leading there. Eventually, his 3 best friends, James Potter, Sirius Black and Peter Pettigrew, found out he was a werewolf. Instead of rejecting him, they did something extraordinary. They secretly became Animagi, spending 3 years mastering the transformation so they could join him during full moons. Thus the Marauders were born. James = Prongs, Sirius = Padfoot, Peter = Wormtail, Remus = Moony. Their time together became the most joyful part of Lupin's life, despite the darkness he carried. Lupin is widely considered the best defense against the dark arts teacher, even among fans. He focused on practical learning, used kindness instead of fear, and treated every student with respect. He was the first adult to tell Harry the truth about his parents in a compassionate way. Fun fact: he brought chocolate to help with Dementor exposure because it truly aids with emotional trauma, especially for someone who lived with depression and self-loathing like Lupin. Although beloved by students, Lupin resigned at the end of the year when Snape exposed his secret. He didn't want to risk the backlash against Dumbledore or be seen as a threat to students. His resignation wasn't forced, it was driven by his own fear and shame. This moment reflects how deeply ingrained society's prejudice against werewolves was. In the books, Lupin is deeply in love with Nymphadora Tonks, but he initially rejects her. He felt too old, too poor, and too dangerous to have a family. Even after they married, he tried to run away when she became pregnant, fearing he'd pass on his condition. Harry called him out for this, reminding Lupin of James's courage. Lupin ultimately returned, becoming a loving father to his son Teddy Lupin, who was born without the werewolf curse. During the Battle of Hogwarts, Lupin and Tonks both died, off-screen in the movies but painfully detailed in the books. Lupin died dueling Death Eater Antonin Dolohov, while Tonks was killed by Bellatrix Lestrange. J.K. Rowling later said she chose them to mirror the orphaning of Harry, leaving little Teddy without parents, just as Harry had been. Fun facts you probably didn't know. Patronus. Before he fell in love, Lupin's Patronus was non-corporeal. He didn't think he deserved one. After Tonks fell for him, it eventually became a wolf. Name symbolism. Remus is from Roman mythology, Romulus and Remus, raised by a wolf. Lupin comes from lupus, Latin for wolf. His whole name literally screams werewolf. He's a metaphor. Rowling has said Lupin's condition was a metaphor for chronic illness, particularly HIV, and the social stigma people face when they carry something beyond their control. Remus Lupin's story is one of courage, quiet strength, and quiet tragedy. The movies gave us a glimpse, but the books reveal a man whose greatest battles were not with dark creatures, but with his own self-worth.